Welcome to the Mental Health Militia News, where I am your host, Chabol, here with his co host, Mr. Munster. Thank you, Mr. Munster. Today in the news, we have a doozy, but before we get into that, I must mention a disclaimer. Yes, a news station that comes with a warning. Why? Because we care that the information we provide you might be fire, but it turns out that it is me and Mr. Munster gathering it, producing it, writing it, and delivering it, so it could blow up in your face just like this gentleman. So please listen with some discretion and use this for educational purposes only. Moving on from the fire to yes, as we are still sitting in the great media war of 2021, we see that the mainstream media is pushing out the attack on Ukraine like it is an all-out war, if not World War III. But Chabul can tell you that it is just a sweeping of the deep state and protection for our safety as United States Americans. Moving on from the great media war of 2021 to yes, as we're all starting to understand who Chabul is, his computer might go bing, boom, bong, because somebody's trying to contact him and let him know that he's got the crocodile. And Chabul's just like, you got the crocodile. I am so sorry to hear about that. I got out of that life, and I just don't know what to do in a situation like that anymore. And I just have to keep on projecting the news to people the best way I can see it and to help them out. And because it's not my life anymore. Moving on from the who Chabul is to the opening quote in your MHM News. Every Nazi who remains alive will kill women, children, and old folks. Dead Nazis are harmless. Therefore, if I kill a Nazi, I am saving lives. Lyudmila Pavlichenko. I hope I said your name right, because you are a hero. Two fingers. Moving on from the news to yes, the opening story. Are U.S. run biological labs in Ukraine one of the reasons behind Russia invasions? Read how Russia government had raised bioweapons alarm. Russia has started attacking military installations in Ukraine. There are speculations that the United States biolabs that have been established in Ukraine in the name of research and defense are also among the targets. The U.S. has several such labs in Ukraine under in biological threat reduction program. Yes, is Russia attacking biolabs that the United States just had all over Ukraine, just like there was a biolab in Wuhan? So are we seeing that the deep state being swept out into a pan and being brushed out of the world? I think so. Moving on from the opening story to yes, the Sick World News with your MHM News. To yes, put out by a telegrammer, but it was in a newspaper article. I don't remember which newspaper, but either way, it's the CIA may be bleeding Nazi terror in Ukraine. The CIA has been secretly training anti-Russian groups in Ukraine since 2015. Everything we know points to the likelihood that includes neo-Nazis inspiring far-right terrorists across the world. Yes, we see that these are most likely probably some of the targets also in Ukraine too, as the sweeping goes. Moving on from the news to yes, as we see here, put out U.S. biolabs in Ukraine as these little dots represent the biolabs. There was another chart on the levels of these colors, and red being the worst. So a couple of these are red. And then this is another map of those labs again, just a little bit brighter. And then here we have where the bombings took place. And here we have an overlap of those bombings and the labs. So could we see that they're most severe labs were taken out first? I think so. Moving on from the news to the yes, welcome to America, bitches, with your MHM news. To yes, Obama's White House doc says incoherent, confused Biden not fit for president during historic Russia-Ukraine war crisis. Yes, former White House Dr. Rodney Jackson, who served in both the Obama and Trump administration, as well as former President George W. Bush, said that President Joe bootstraps Biden not fit for to be president right now amid the escalating war crisis in Europe. Yes, what we see here is this dude is incompetent and has to go, but should have never been there in the first place. Moving on from the news to yes, belief in Q and the Anon has strengthened in U.S. since Trump was voted out. Study finds. You found me. Hi. Nobody did a study on me, but I'm right here. Oh, I'm not part of the numbers, but I'm right here. The QAnon conspiracy myth movement continues to thrive in the U.S. and has even strengthened more than 5-year Donald Trump left the White House, according to the largest ever study of its followers. Yes, we see here that these people needed to see where the truth is coming from, because they were being like, I know the truth. And they were like, ooh, you know the truth? And like, I'll give you the truth. Ooh. And that's how we were able to get people to come to the QAnon following. Moving on from the news to yes, the Rona section of your MHM news. To the Rona 19 cases, hospitalizations jump among the vacations, the CDC data. The Rona 19 case and hospitalization rates increased among people who got a Rona 19 vacation following a emergence of the Omicron virus variant, according to the newly published data from the Centers Disease Control and Prevention. Yes, what we're absolutely seeing in this article is that the people that have not been vaccinated are not part of the numbers in the hospitalization, but the people that got the jabberoonie and then the booster-rooney and then the booster-rooney, we see them still going to the hospital for being sick or showing signs of symptoms of sickness. Moving on from the news to, yes, you shut your mouth, we'll bomb who we want. It's war propaganda. Moving on to, yes, Biden sends 7,000 troops to Germany. President Biden on Thursday directed an additional 7,000 troops to deploy to Germany to help bolster NATO's defense as Russia forges ahead with its military's incursion against Ukraine. Incursion. Yes, what we're seeing here is that why are we sending troops to Germany when they're going down? It's all going down in Ukraine. Are we just like going to wait until he makes the mess in Ukraine and then they send the troops to Ukraine? But I kind of want the troops to stay in Germany until Putin does his thing and then they go provide relief. But really, what kind of relief are they providing? Because these are strategic air missiles, so it's no civilians should really be involved. So what are the troops even doing in the first place in Germany? I guess just collecting checks. Moving on from the news to, yes, fraud, scams, and lies could target you, so protect yourself, people. To, yes, what are the odds for people all having children working for Ukrainian gas companies? Yes, as we see here, we have Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, John Kerry, and this rhino dude. What is his John something? He was going to be president. He tried to be, but he's a Mormon. I forget his name. The cylinders aren't working so fast. But either way, could we be seeing that these people have their understudies rounded up and then start blurting out names, singing the Currys and the Mortons and the Pelosi's and the Bidens. I don't know that dude's name. Can't remember right now. Moving on. From yes, hot water for Hunter Biden is reaching a boiling point. Yes, the walls are closing in on Hunter. The U.S. attorney in Delaware investigating his business affairs has been busy subpoenaing his bank records and calling in ex-girlfriend to testify in front of a grand jury about his wild spending sprees. Yes, we see here that this man should have had his walls closed in a long time ago. I know the Secret Service lost all his records, so I don't know. They got a good way of keeping this man out of jail. Moving on from the news to yes, oh here goes that article. Secret Service says it cannot find Hunter Biden travel records from 2010, 2011, or 2013. I mean, if this dude was traveling internationally or nationally, I mean, there should be flight records of what this dude was doing, and if he was going, maybe I don't know what it's. If you go up in a private plane, do you have to really submit any records? Oh, I don't know how that all works out, but I know I have failed in life 100% completely and keep better records than the Secret Service. Ugh, I'm gonna disappear for making that joke. Moving on from the news to yes, if you've made it this far, you've made it to the veteran section of your MHM news. Moving on to yes, in drop 936, the Nazi order NWO and does not refer to new. The sum of all fears: North Korea, POTUS, hostage, threat, disarm, stage set, freedom, Q. Yes, what we see here is NWO stands for Nazi World Order. Tried to tell everybody. I said the Nazis are here. The Nazis are here. And they're like, oh, Chapo, he's just crazy. And I was like, I might be crazy, but I sees it. And they just discarded me. Moving on from the news to yes, in drop 2902. 6 explosive Ukraine uranium one fact secretly Clinton betrayed America. Those words are way too small for me to read. When the real truth, Russia collusion, is right in front of you, but the fake news media prevents public awareness, conformity, and behavior. Yes, what we see here is this post was put out February 26, 2019. Holy shit. That's a 3-year delta to the nose almost. And now we're looking at post 2903. This is Anon asking a question on February 26, feeling like Anons in the U.S. will be up late tonight following POTUS Q in Vietnam. It's going to be historic, planned long ago. With the next 21 days, big happenings are going to take place. Oh gosh, and these are all 3-year deltas happening now. Moving on from the deltas to yes, in post 1026, which is not an exact delta, and then post 1081. Let's read this. Putin is Russia's president. His job is to look after the Russian people. Put yourself in his shoes. He wants to win. Why not take advantage of his enemies? Trump comes along. Russia, Putin becomes our ally. She becomes our ally. She and Putin are also under attack by the deep state, which is rooted globally. POTUS never telegraphs his moves. Think logically. Why did POTUS announce his intention to pull out of Syria? Moves and counter moves. These people are stupid and sick. Post 1026. Peace through strengths. I bet he already talked to Putin too. gosh, is she really a good guy? Oh gosh, that hurts my head. Ugh, I can't figure this one out. Da da da. I'm moving on. We all know it. Da 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 da. That is all for now from the Mental Health Militia News. Mr. Munson and Shabull. Have a good one. God bless you and yours. Holla at Shabull. Two fingers. I'm still trying to figure this one out. So I mean, I knew she was a. They said he was a good guy. I just don't see it. How they treat their people. I mean, you just can't just start arresting people. I guess they have weapons too. They have powers too. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Oh, I can figure it out. It's there for me, but my brain tells me one thing when I'm thinking. I go. Everything is right in front of me. I just don't always believe what's always in front of me. Da 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 da.